Mamata Banerjee and the TMC continue to maintain that, if they were responsible for so much violence, why is it that the public continues to vote for them? And of course, that is the case even in these recent Panchayat polls.
If they see a victory of the TMC in what is a defeat of democracy, then I only can pity that this is the state of West Bengal today, which has transmutated from Mati Manush to bomb, blast and booth capturing. Over 40 people have lost their lives. What is the TMC celebrating about? Over 20 to 30,000 booths have been captured. The fact of the matter is that even today the Calcutta High Court has castigated the State Election Commission for not following orders. The fact of the matter is that every election cycle from 2011 onwards has been marred by this violence, which is state sponsored, state incited, state protected, state patronized and institutionalized. The fact of the matter is today that people of West Bengal are asking that why is the situation reduced to this, and if it is just the BJP, it could be made, that allegation could be made. The fact is that the Congress party, whom they are friends with, Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, themselves have gone to court and have made serious allegations. But what is very worrying is that no franchisee of Mohabbat Ki Dukaan has opened up in West Bengal today. Okay. Despite these challenging circumstances, Shivani and India, the fact is that the BJP has doubled its tally. But had this violence not marred the entire process, the BJP would have won these elections hands down. It is only through violence that the TMC can continue to even stay in
power. So you are saying that had it not been so much violence and fear atmosphere, you would have done much better. Whether you would have won or not, of course, your party will suggest it will. That's a separate issue. But before I go to Biswajit Devji as well, let me go to Rohan Mitra as well. The other argument that the TMC makes is that we are the ruling government, we are the ruling party. Why will we indulge in violence? Because it brings questions on us only, that this is all being done by the opposition.
Good evening, Shivani. The fact of the matter is, when the Trinamool says such things, before the elections, they said the Congress and the left were a big zero. We have nobody to support. There's no ground support for us. There's no vote for us. Partly true, because in 2021, we got a zero. So for them to accuse us of doing violence, let me just get to the facts first. In Murshidabad, where the Congress has done well, in Malda, where the Congress has done well, the people who have died in the Trinamool, they have died within the internal clashes of the Trinamool. The Trinamool district president versus the Trinamool MLAs, there have been inside battles which have been going on, because if you remember, the Trinamool only gave their nominations on the last day. The Trinamool was so scared to give their candidate list out because they knew what kind of clashes would happen.
Okay, fair enough, but come to my question.
The last day.
Rohan, come to my question. The ruling government or party, why will they indulge in violence? This is the TMC's argument, because ultimately it brings questions on them. And TMC is so comfortable in the state of West Bengal that they don't need to indulge in this. This is their argument.
No, their argument, they can argue a lot of things. Today, the CM has told the police, please go out and capture each and every person who is responsible for the violence. The state election, if the CM did not issue this, the only reason CM had to say this was because the police, under the State Election Commissioner, was protecting the Trinamool hoodlums, the people who are responsible for the violence, the Arabul Islams, the other characters who have been openly threatening people on your cameras, on various cameras. The police had to take step right now after the CM has said, please go out and take the people who have been responsible for the violence under your captivity.
Okay, so
Before
you're saying
that, there was no activity. The State Election Commission has been mum. The High Court has picked up on the State Election Commission. Each and every point has been picked up on. And if you see, the BJP is saying a lot of things, but the BJP has failed. The central government has failed to provide the CRPF, which the High Court had ordered on the 18th of June. Since 18th of June,
but that's
today,
exactly the matter that is going on in the court, where they're saying that the SEC did not give them the information they needed.
The SEC did not give them the information they needed, but they kept quiet on this. Why on the 3rd of July?
I think Shehzad wants to comment on this very quickly before I go to our other guests as well on this issue, because this is an argument that the TMC has also made.
Let me clarify. Today's court's hearing, what the court has said. The responsibility to ensure that there is no breach of peace lies with the state government. It is the state government which is not in a position to safeguard its citizens. It's a serious matter. And by the way, nobody should be celebrating, because the court has also said that the elections and the declaration of the results will be subject to the ultimate orders of this court in this writ petition, where 50,000 booths being booth captured is being heard. By the way, the DIG BSF is on record. Our troops, 822 companies, reached much before in time, but they were not given the information about the sensitive booths, in the sense where are those sensitive booths, because of which the deployment could not take place. Where the deployment did take place, there was no violence. So it is for the TMC government to answer. Please, Mr. Rohan, I did not interrupt you.
No,
I understand your need.
I'm waiting for you to finish.
Mr. Rohan, I did not interrupt you.
Okay, continue. Let's not make personal comments. Continue.
I understand the Congress's need to play the B team of the TMC before the Bengaluru meeting. Today, instead of seeing the vote count, we are seeing the body count. The TMC is celebrating an election which has been marred to such an extent that today we are seeing how many people have died rather than how many votes were cast. That was the entire cycle was marred by this kind of violence and Loktantra ki loot, booth capturing. This is the nara of the elections that has come out from Rabindranath Tagore's hand.